Rav Fishel Schachter brings down a story. There was a rabbi that needed a kidney transplant. And this rabbi heard that there was an available kidney. This rabbi lived in New York. There was an available kidney in San Francisco. So immediately, without thinking twice, he booked the first flight out from New York to San Francisco. While he was on the runway, the wife gets a phone call that there is a kidney in New York right where they are. A perfect match for her husband. And she's like, my husband's on the way to San Francisco. She tries calling the airline back. This is before there was cell phones. She couldn't get a hold of her husband. And the husband leaves New York, lands in San Francisco. He goes straight to the hospital, tests out to see if it will be a good match with the kidney from the kidney from San Francisco, and it was not a good match. He calls up his wife, and he says, I'm sorry to tell you, my dear, but it wasn't a match. And the wife is like, you're still in San Francisco, come home right away, there is a kidney over here waiting for you. There is a perfect match kidney. And the husband says, what? Okay, fine. He hangs up the phone and he rushes right back to New York. He flies back to New York. By the time he gets to New York and the times he gets to the hospital, they said, we're sorry, the kidney was given to somebody else. So the husband and wife are sitting over there, the wife starts crying. The husband says, no, what are you talking about? This is the greatest thing that ever happened. This kidney in New York would have been the worst thing for me possible. Hashem saved me by causing me to fly to San Francisco, so I shouldn't get this kidney. So the wife, in a question, looked, she's like, what do you mean? It's like, how do you know that this kidney in New York was not good for you? How do you know? What makes you think that? And the husband says, it's very simple. Because God made it that I wouldn't be here. If it would have been good for me, then I would have been here. And I would have gotten it. And I would have had it. But because I wasn't here, that means it wasn't meant for me. And if it wasn't meant for me, that means that it was the best option possible. Later, in a short while later, they found a kidney that was a perfect match, and they had, Baruch Hashem, a successful transplant. But during the interim, look at the difference of the mindset. Look at the difference of how a person thinks.